Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
It just makes me want to like go like this. Like I just feel like happy. And I want to say welcome, AfterBuzzers, to AfterBuzz TV Superstore After Show. We're so glad to have you here. Thanks for joining us. As you'll see, I am joined by my fellow lovely co-host. Oh wait, I'm Khaliel Abooboo, and I'm joined by my fellow lovely co-host,
Alinna Vission.
Frank Moran.
And we're so happy to have you here. It just feels
Absolutely, right? Exactly. So retail.
It does. Like, what are you selling? Nothing. Okay, so episode 5, Shoplifters. How do we think? What do we think? Not what. Obviously, you know how to think. But what do you think?
Well, I guess it all starts off with, I don't know if you guys have ever worked retail. My first job.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We've all been there.
Yes.
Where did you work?
I worked at Kmart. That was my first one. But I never had a death on the job. Unlike this episode where somebody dies at the workplace.
Somebody dies.
Yeah.
That's a great opener to like.
Yes.
Catch your attention. Death.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the only bad thing. I also worked once at Spencer Gifts, and I had somebody poop in the store, and I had to clean that up. Yes,
had
that's
yes.
yes.
In the bathroom?
No, right in the store. Right in
Wow.
right in the back corner where the shirts and the little merchandise were at there. Right there. I was cleaning the shelves, and there was just somebody just decided to take a poop right
wow.
there. So it was good stuff.
My experience is in the dressing room. Somebody actually
Wow.
took a do in the dressing room and just left it there.
That sucks.
Like, really? Yeah, exactly.
But imagine both those probably a little bit better than finding a dead body.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they find a dead body, and I would have been freaking out. I don't know what I would have done. Like, just to find them.
No, I mean, and I guess you find out right there is because you realize that nobody really knows anything about this guy other than what's on his driver's license. And I guess it's that struggle at the workplace. Like, how much of yourself do you share? Do you act like Amy who keeps everything kind of secret? Or do you one of those people that are just like an open book at the workplace and everybody's tired of you? Like, please stop sharing so much.
Right.
So I always feel like it's a fine line. If you're working at a retail store, like how much of yourself do you really share with your employees?
Exactly. Yeah. So they find the dead body, and then they go and they have the employee meeting because we need to meet. I don't know
Absolutely.
why. But,
It's a dead body at the workplace. Yeah, that's all
Exactly.
dead body.
Just
Yes.
those meetings, yeah.
okay, and Glenn's taking it like really hard. He wants to like have a memorial for him and all this other stuff.
Service, a spiritual service, yeah.
What do you think about Glenn?
Yeah, it's like I feel like these are like he wants like this to be a family, and so when it's not running that way, when people don't show the significant amount of grieving, then feel like that's when something's off the rails. Like, all right, nobody's leaving this room until somebody says like, hey, say something nice about this guy. Somebody shows some genuine emotion about this guy's passing. So I can feel like that's his kind of style.
Amy tries. She
does.
She read the
license.
He lived on Oak Street. Yeah.
on Oak Street.
It makes me think I should just have a little card that I always just carry with me in case I die out in public somewhere, that people could just read that card. Just like, all right, yeah, here's a few things that he liked. Oh, he liked Star Wars. He's got way too many T-shirts.
Little tidbits.
I read somewhere that like if you die, the clothes you die in become your ghost clothes.
Really?
What?
So,
really?
Watch what you wear next time. Because you never
decked
know.
Out 24/7 now. Like, I'll be in bed decked out.
It's gonna be your ghost clothes.
Exactly.
Okay, so they move on from there, and we find out, I think the next thing we find out is that Amy brought her daughter to work.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was so excited to finally see somebody from Amy's family.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we had found out that she was married before, and then
From the first
right,
episode,
and then I
yeah.
think last episode we found out she had a daughter.
Yeah.
And so it was awesome to see her daughter come in
And
to work.
I said this to you guys when we were waiting to start, that from the first episode, for some strange reason, I was so intrigued to see her love life and like, oh, you have a husband. What's
right.
going on? Like,
What's that chemistry?
Yeah.
Because they make it such a reveal at the end where it's like, why would you put so much attention to that little secret reveal that she does if you don't
Exactly.
want to make that sort of like a point of the show, like an arc for her character?
Right.
I agree. So, we see the daughter, and she's sassy and everything. I like the daughter already.
Me
Yes.
too.
Yeah, you can definitely see she doesn't fall
She's
far
like
from
a
the tree.
little Amy.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Like her a lot.
I like that a lot. And then our guy Jonah ends up having to take care of her because Amy gets pulled away and she gets her first period.
Man, who hasn't been there, guys? Who hasn't been there, right? Right? Yes?
I haven't been there.
No.
I haven't been there. No.
Oh.
All right, so wait, do you feel embarrassed? Have you ever gone shopping for feminine products?
I actually today I went and shopped for. I went to Sephora. And I had like a list of stuff. I didn't know what I was doing. Luckily, the lady behind the desk was really nice, and like she didn't make me feel stupid or anything. And she like pointed everything out. So
Good on
it
you.
was
That's
pretty
major
easy.
points.
But
But it's always like the guys that come in with the whether it be makeup, feminine products, where they come in and they act like it's like I'm like, what is happening with my life? Like those guys, like, come on, all right?
Right,
It's not
yeah.
that hard, guys. We can figure this
It's
out.
not. I send my
makeup is
husband to
pretty-
go get me stuff all the time.
makeup is pretty tough. Okay, makeup pads. I feel like it's
Clearly
enough
they're not
commercials.
for you, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah. But
yeah.
it's enough commercials where I feel like I understand pads. Like makeup.
It's a whole nother ballgame.
No, because like
Yeah.
they have like, first off, there's this thing called naked, and nobody
Yes.
disrobes. All right, I didn't know. I didn't know, but there's this thing called naked, and then they've got all this other stuff, and then they've got stuff that's like a color, but it's like a brush, and then it's double heads on the brush.
Man.
It's a lot. It's a
You got palettes, got concealer, this, that, the other.
look,
Yeah.
I learned a lot today.
No, it's okay. But I feel
you.
like if it's a guy coming in trying to like pick out new makeup for his lady, which would be a terrible thing to do. That's like
No,
your
I
thing.
wouldn't advise
No,
that.
because I feel like a woman knows exactly what kind of makeup works
Yeah.
best for her. So
Yeah.
if she gives you like the detail list, just go and pick up this specific
that.
color, that thing. Don't go off the grid. Don't do
Right.
that.
Right.
Don't
No
Right.
substitutes. If they don't have it, they don't have it. She
Yeah.
doesn't get it.
Don't call an audible like
Exactly.
maybe this one. I thought you looked good in this red.
Right.
No.
So if you guys were in Jonah's place, would you be able to handle that situation?
Well, I would know to buy the pads. Like I would know to do that because it's the first one. So
yeah.
I knew that. Like I have a little sister, so I do know
Okay.
that much.
Okay.
I feel like that's
I
a
wouldn't
safety
be
net.
like.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
actually
It's the
would.
easiest
I actually
thing.
would do that. Just because I've never like opened one. So
They're not that interesting.
Rub them all over your face. They're so
Yeah.
soft. They're so soft.
this is really nice.
But the next thing that Jonah finds out, though, is Amy's talking about him at home. So
Yeah.
clearly he's,
Right.
making enough of an impression that she's bringing him home from the, talking about him at home.
I think they were trying to go that way, but I talk about a lot of people I don't like at home from work.
True. Okay,
So-
I can understand that. Yeah, I feel like until I meet her husband and see what their deal is,
We'll have a
then
clear-
yes, like is there some kind of thing between her and Jonah or not?
I still
agree.
think there is some sort of thing.
I think so,
yeah,
too. I'm
between
there.
the both of them.
Yeah, because it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because it seems like every episode they kind of meet cute at the end and they kind of touch base and
Exactly.
stuff. And I feel like, all right, why would you keep doing that? If
And they
it's
do
not
have,
like,
what did they call it in the last episode? A work flirt?
Yeah,
Work
work flirt.
Work flirt.
Yes.
Yeah. I like
love that
term.
term.
Me too. I was like, ooh, that's a good one.
Work flirt.
A work flirt, yes.
Noted. Hashtag.
Yeah.
And I feel like Amy certainly takes more offense to that. So I feel like she
Yeah.
wouldn't be so offended if there wasn't something there. Yes.
Exactly. Because she knows she's not supposed to be flirting because
No,
she's
no,
married.
she's married. Yeah. She's married. She's a mom. She's got a kid. No,
Yeah.
she's supposed to have it all figured out.
Can't wait to see the husband.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So jumping to the B story, we have Garrett, our guy in the wheelchair, and then the pregnant girl. How do you say her name? Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, yeah.
Cheyenne. Oh, I got it right. Okay,
Yeah.
so Cheyenne and Mateo, I classify him as the hater. They are competing for this couch, and they just sit down, and the competition is to who can sit the longest.
I've never done an endurance competition. I've always wanted to do one, but I've never done one. Was like hold onto the car or something like that for the longest.
I saw a car one, and it was like you have to sit in the car. Whoever sits in the car is the longest keeps the car.
Would you do it?
I don't know. I like to eat. I gotta pee.
My own personal space.
I know.
Music.
You will be breathing.
Yeah.
And there was a fat guy in that car too, and it was a Beetle.
Yeah.
And
See, like if you're winning that specific car, then I probably don't want to do it because everybody else getting all up in there. But if it was like, oh, you're gonna win a totally separate car than this, then maybe I'd be like, all right, because then
cool.
then I can let myself go. I can take my pants off, really creep people out.
But they want that couch. They want the couch the dead guy died on.
It's apparently really comfy.
Yeah, nicest couch in the store, man. Yeah, let me read it.
Fanciest.
And she's pregnant. She needs everything she can get.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Well, yeah, her fiance, not the...
I love her fiance. I was sad that he wasn't in this episode.
Oh, the rapper?
Yes. He just reminds me of like 3 guys I went to high school with, you know? Every small town has those guys.
Yeah.
I can believe it.
Love that mustache.
Yeah.
Oh, that's, I feel like that's a mustache I would grow. If I were just to go straight right down to a mustache, it would just be that little wispy thing up there.
I love the proposal that he had.
Yeah.
Yes.
His proposal was...
I love his like drops at the end of everything. It says...
Yeah. I had to like really listen and be like, oh, that's a siren.
Yeah, exactly. Love it.
Clever.
Yes.
Clever.
Gets me every time.
I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing
It's Khaliel.
You should make it a sound effect after Buzz.
We really should.
And put it in the system. Okay, so what
we have the whole shoplifter thing.
We have the shoplifter thing. Thank you. Now we get to like the big beefy part where Dina.
Yes.
I always want to say Diana, and I'm like, it's not right. Dina accuses some innocent woman of shoplifting. She's a little high strung. She's a little extra.
Yeah.
I feel like we all have that person.
For sure.
At the workplace, or like definitely when I was working retail, who's like really high strung. I don't know what is she loss prevention? What does she do?
I think she's like assistant manager or something like that.
I think so too. Yeah, because she's always at like the front with the meetings with Glenn.
Yeah.
So I'd assume
and then she knows like the whole rule book and like no Jesus talk.
Yeah, very corporate. It very much feels like just like the female version of Rainn Wilson's character from The Office.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So just like, all right, that's just like that kind of archetype right there in the Superstore, which it's got to be a thrill to work for. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's really annoying. I think because it really hits close to home. Like every time she just does something or talks, I'm like, oh my god.
She's intense. She's really intense.
Oh my god.
And I feel like you can only operate in that kind of store if you have the right people around you. Like you have to have like a terrible manager that would never fire you. But if you had anybody competent around you, who would want to be around that person all the time? Like, please go to another store, please. I beg you.
Yeah, and her thing for Jonas is that's entertaining. I find that entertaining.
It is, yeah. They didn't have too much of it this episode.
Just a little
bit.
Yeah.
Her aunt has 2 vaginas. That's a great way of flirting. That's
She's like, oh, I nailed that.
Yeah. And I was talking about how she's dropping eggs. What
did she say? Yeah, that was the line. I was like,
didn't know you could drop eggs hard.
No. So be careful. Yeah.
You've been doing them soft your whole life.
That's where I'm going wrong. I don't know. Yeah.
So they have the shoplifter, and she claims to have her on video. We go to the videotape, and it's broken. And that was another line that I really liked when she was like, if only that would have worked. I thought that was a nice setup, like, comedically as far as.
Although I felt like it was bad because for as much as Natasha Leggero like hated being in that room and like hated the store, hated talking to Dina, it's like, all right, I gotta get away from you Hicks and whatever, that she cowered so much when she's like, all right, sit back down. And she just immediately sat back down. I was like, why? You signed the form, you were free and clear, you could have just walked right out. Yeah,
exactly.
There's no reason to stick around.
Yeah.
I could see that. I guess that was part of like the part where you have to like suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
You just gotta like let them have it.
Yeah, otherwise we're not gonna get Amy in there doing her little rope-a-dope or anything like that. Yeah.
I don't know
just
what that
going
is.
off.
I like Amy a lot though. I don't even know.
That was a little
right. Yeah. I don't know who boxes like that.
I don't know.
You're gonna lose. I don't And then we go check another security footage, and we find out that she didn't do it.
Yeah.
No. That's and so she's in trouble because especially if you accuse somebody falsely, you could lose your job. So that's a big deal. Yeah. So
I didn't know. So that's a real thing. I didn't know that.
You're not even supposed to actually look inside people's purses too. Like
Really?
the police, the police are the only ones I think who could do that. At least when I was working, that's how it was. Even if the alarm went off, you couldn't be like, hey, you'd have to call mall security and then they have to call the police. Because imagine if, you wrongly accuse someone, then
that's it.
Yeah, that's not a good deal.
Dang, I didn't know that. Well, there you go. So anybody who's ever been accused of shoplifting,
don't shoplift.
That's one thing.
That's when I was working there, so I don't know.
It's changed since then, guys.
It's 2016. We doing new stuff now. We checking bags. So, anyway, she threatens to call corporate on Dina and get her fired, and then here comes good old Glenn with the save.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I finally feel like he, for once, you get to see him really save the day in an episode. Like, he comes through. He does, kind of goes against his strict beliefs there, and not lying, not stealing or anything, and helps out Dina to save the day. Plants a little Barney video.
He was so proud of himself.
Yeah, the Barney video. That Barney video. That's the one. Yep.
I guess he says whatever works. Whatever works.
Exactly. Too funny.
Okay. I feel like I missed something. Oh, and then we burn the chair at the end to commemorate the dead guy.
Right.
Yeah, which is terrible that we have all forgotten the dead guy's name, which I think is like the whole point of this episode.
Right.
Yes, like, oh, gosh, we should try to remember the people we work with, and yet we've all forgotten him.
Yes. I remember he lived on Oak Street.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Yeah.
And he's not an organ donor.
You're a better
not an
human
organ
being
donor.
than the
There
rest
you
of
go.
us.
Exactly.
Good job.
Yeah. That couch was highly flammable.
It was. I was thinking, like, it shouldn't burn like that.
No.
There's no way. And then they said the thing about gas, and I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. But
No, that's the great Cloud9 products right there.
Yes.
It's, Cloud9 products, everybody. Yes.
Top notch.
keep away from the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Candles.
Everything.
Yeah. Do not bring your sofa into the kitchen with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know those hoverboards that, blow up.
I've heard, yeah. My sister got one.
Yeah. They're the thing. They're the rage. Yeah.
Yeah. It hasn't blown up on us yet, though.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no,
Let's
no,
hope
no.
it doesn't. Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
That's right, Khaliel. It's a matter of time. Just keep Just keep watching.
Thank you.
And then, of course, at the end, then Dina says, "Amy, I know you brought your daughter into work, so even though I appreciate all your help, I still got to write you up."
I love that.
Yep.
I love that.
Yep.
Again, very real.
Yes.
Keeping it real.
Keeping a sticker to the rule. So, yep. There you go.
Yep.
It's a shame. How close do you think this show is to Walmart?
I love the cutaways because the cutaways totally remind me of
Walmart.
Yeah,
Yes.
like they hit those spot on completely. Nailing it with that.
I'm a little. I'm one of those who goes in the toy section and plays with the toys.
Yeah.
In the store, I'm one of those. So I'm
Which
not.
toys?
I can't. Well, it depends on what
Oh,
toys
okay,
are.
okay.
What toys they have.
What toys they have out.
Yeah, it might be a ball, it might be a bike.
Okay.
I don't know.
Could be a lightsaber, big Star Wars push, lots of
Could be a
lightsabers.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm not alone, then
Right.
Oh yeah, well it's I've got a little 3-year-old girl, so it's a perfect excuse to go to the toy store aisle. Even though I'd go on my own, but it's like, oh, I guess we have to go, right?
Right.
Yeah. So too many times I've been running around lately Target, with a little mask on, with my lightsabers out. Yeah. So
Tis the season though. It's Star Wars
there you
season.
go. Yeah,
It's all good.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think we hit everything.
Pretty much
right?
everything.
I think we hit everything.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess it depends. Like, how are we liking the show in the sense? Do we want to see more like the character arcs? I mean, we get a little
Yes.
bit of sneak there with Amy's daughter finally.
Yeah.
The fact that she's talking a little bit about Jonah at home. Do we want to see more of that, or do you want to just see a workplace sitcom that it's just like, hey, we're just gonna do bits and stuff like that, and it's like one-off episodes, nothing really matters. Like,
Yeah. I think character arcs would definitely help carry the show. The comedy bits, I think they're good. Like I laugh a couple of times watching them. Like I'm not like falling out of my seat, but they're I laugh. But yeah, definitely I think if we got more into character, that'd be cool.
Absolutely. I want to get more in depth with the characters. One of my favorite shows is The Office, and this is kind of reminiscent of it. And what I loved about that show was each character was different, but the show kind of went into especially the main ones and kind of the sub sub ones, and
Yeah.
I think we need more of that rather than just the bits. But
Yeah.
I like the show.
Because I mean, I love Colton Dunn and love him playing Garrett, but it's like we just see him just kind of be like like the fun like
The fun guy.
throw out a
Right.
zinger or two like that, and it's like I don't really know anything else about you other than you're in a wheelchair
Exactly.
and you don't want to be photographed to be on the cover of the corporate
Right.
magazine.
Right.
Better than that, and you know a lot about the women's menstrual cycle. 'Cause
Right.
You really dropped a lot of knowledge on that.
A lot.
Yes. Yeah, it's they're
more
all like
than most
snowflakes.
men.
All
They're
like
all like
snowflakes.
snowflakes.
Yeah, that's right.
That
There
would
you go.
probably be my line of the night. If I
That's a
had
good
like
one.
favorite
Yeah, that's a
line.
good one. Yeah.
That was my favorite one.
And pretty spot on.
There you
Yeah.
go. And it didn't dissuade him from wanting to get a pizza afterwards.
No.
So no. There you go.
Yeah. But all in all, liking the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah, I still feel like I could comfortably walk into an aisle full of different feminine products and not be as bad as Jonah, where I feel like I wouldn't have to ask everybody, like ask the ladies, like I'm an 11-year-old girl, what would I use?
Hypothetically.
Yes.
Hypothetically.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to help out a little girl. Yeah.
That just sounds creepy on so
exactly.
many levels.
Exactly.
All right.
Yep.
I think that wraps us up, guys.
Look at that.
Well, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Happy Go Jackie on Twitter, and you can see me this Tuesday night over at IO West playing with my improv team Max at 9:30, 10:30, and 11 o'clock, guys.
Plug the shows.
Yes.
Plug the shows.
3 shows, guys. Come on out.
Of course. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, Snapchat at Alinna Vision. That's ALINAVISSION.
And you can find me at Khaliel Abooboo on Twitter and Instagram. You can find all of us at AfterBuzz TV. There's a bunch of other after shows. We've got your favorite show, no doubt.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Follow us, like us, share us, all that stuff.
Comment on
Comment.
YouTube. Yeah.
All of it.
All of it.
Share your tips about menstrual cycles.
That's right.
All that kind of great stuff.
All
right?
of it.
Yeah.
All of
Because
it.
there's definitely tips. No.
Thank y'all.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.